Okay, so it's happy birthday to Rohit Sharma, 38, and today it's just a celebration. Each one of us have covered Rohit Sharma for years. Written about him, done interviews with him, talked to him, good and bad. Plenty of memories, great memories. What makes him special? That is what we will discuss. Bharat Ramraj, Rohit Juglan, Shubhan Chakraborty, and of course Devashish Sen joining me. Devashish, first to you. You have put out 3 photographs. In each of the photographs, it's as if Rohit is beating you. What does those photographs tell me? I was seeing. Seriously. Look at it, and I'm not making them up. ছবিগুলো দেখো ও ফেসবুকে আছে বার কর. So show the photographs. I mean, interesting pictures, very interesting pictures of Devashish. 3 photographs. In each one, Devashish makes a face as if Rohit, I mean, and both are joking. Absolutely joking, but each must have a story. Devashish, you start with one of those stories before I go to the 3 others.
One, so Subhan was present. One that I was holding my hand in my chest was Rohit punched me. So it was just the initial reaction, and that has been the relation with Rohit Sharma. Means over the years, I've been covering him since 2014, if I'm not wrong, from this Challenger Trophy days when Manoj Tiwari and Rohit Sharma were part of the Challenger. I in fact went and covered it, him playing the Challenger Trophy. Since then, I have been covering him. And obviously, that was a funny moment. And obviously, one in that picture in the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru, I told him something in Hindi, and that sounded to him was in a Bengali tone. We started laughing, and Maulin Parikh, who was the media manager then, who was present there, he clicked the photograph. In fact, my Hindi, as Rohit and Shubhan very well knows, and also Shomik Da, means and that Hindi was in a Bangla tone. So Rohit laughed. बोला अरे क्या बोल रहे हो यार, ठीक से बोलो. So this is Rohit Sharma he is a very simple guy. Means obviously having achieved so much, but he comes along with everyone. Means it, and this photograph was right ahead of the World Cup final in Barbados, in front of the Sagat Showers Pavilion, and just before the day of that. And this is the picture that I was talking about. Rohit Sharma in Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru, and he laughed. Means he could not resist laughing. हमने क्या हिंदी भी बोलना है तो सही ढंग से बोलो, क्या बांग्ला में बोल रहे हो हिंदी.
Bharat, this is all about Rohit. Any Rohit Sharma story before I go to Shubhan and Rohit? Both of them have covered any particular Rohit Sharma innings story, something that you want to share?
Yeah, there are a lot of memories from his early days. The first time I watched him was in the Under-19 World Cup. Sri Lanka Under-19 versus India Under-19. He scored a 50 or something on those lines. The main factor obviously was that little bit of extra time on his hands. He was facing Angelo Matthews, Pathirana, not the Pathirana that we see now. He was that spinner. Yes, lot of such knocks. Then he played that knock against South Africa in the T20 World Cup. That pull stroke of Morne Morkel, Van der Waart, Mackay Nittany flicking and driving Mackay Nittany on a track that was where the ball was snipping around a lot. Then that board president 11 versus India match where Kohli scored 105 of 146. Rohit Sharma, I think, scored 105 of 144. That all those cut strokes of Stuart Clark. So the main factor to look at was that little bit of extra time on his hands. Even that CB series finals, that 50 he scored. Yes, there was a time when Rohit Sharma was, they used to call him 5-minute Maggie noodles, basically saying that he used to get out before 5 deliveries or 4 deliveries. That is why calling him 5-minute Maggie noodles. You will get a lot of such tweets from 2010 when he was failing in Sri Lanka, that he's known as 5-minute Maggie noodles. From that time to even he's still surviving in 2025. That is a testament to his hard work. So you can't just say Mr. Talent that people used to call him during that time. So hats off to him.
Excellent point. Rohit Juglan, your stories of Rohit Sharma?
Means there are multiple stories, meeting him, talking to him, and As far as innings are concerned, there are multiple innings, but I think for me, it's not about Rohit Sharma the batter. Yes, we all know that what he has done with the bat, the records are there to tell the stories. But I think for me, when I hear a Rishabh Pant saying that, in an interview, Shikhar Dhawan was asking him that what one quality you will take from Rohit Sharma, and he said that, how he take care of his juniors. Then in one of an interviews where Kuldeep Yadav been asked that Rohit Sharma the batter or Rohit Sharma the captain, and he said Rohit Sharma the human. So, it's very tough in today's day and age where you can be a fan of a cricket inside the ground, and then similar thing you can do outside the ground also. In my early days of journalism, I was, so with so much of craze, I follow cricketers. There were multiple cricketers. We go to events, and suddenly when you see them, off the ground, you are like, in kind of a different reactions from them, and you can't say that, oh, I'm a fan of his on the ground skills also and the off the ground behavior also. But with Rohit Sharma, it's not never been like that. With Rohit Sharma, you'll always find nobody, from the current players to the ex players to the juniors to the seniors. I never heard a single thing against Rohit Sharma from any of the players, be it off the camera, be it on the camera, be it any selector, be it any cricketer saying anything, any below point, any low point on Rohit Sharma. So I think we all know the batter he is, but I think the human side of Rohit Sharma is something which I don't see any of the cricketer in this generation or in the past generations also. With so much of love towards his juniors, and the way he has handled himself in last, this 1 year or 9 months, where he won the T20 World Cup also, Champions Trophy also. And still, if you talk to him, I remember his chat with Devashish Da in Adelaide, 20 minutes chat, and they were talking like that they know from childhood days. And I don't want to reveal that, what Devashish Da told us, that I think Devashish Da will tell the story that, what that 20-minute conversation, it was a free flowing conversation. You can see from it a distance, and you can easily make out that these are two people who are very comfortable talking to each other. So you don't see that with many cricketers, Buryada, as of now.
Lovely. I mean, and that is a point that I think a lot of people are tweeting today, or a lot of people are talking about it today, that Rohit Sharma is universally loved as a human being. Shubha, in your stories of Rohit Sharma, again, you have interviewed him, spoken to him, following him, covering him for several years. Your stories on Rohit Sharma?
There are many stories. Like, personally, I will say 2023 ODI World Cup, Bangalore, on the eve of the match against Netherlands. Like, crowds were not allowed during the practice session of the Indian team, but a few handful, around 20, 25, 30 fans, they had somehow entered, and they were standing near the stands just beside the dressing room. And of course, in Bangalore, you would expect people waiting for Virat Kohli, and it was the case. It was the case. People were waiting for Virat Kohli, and when Virat completed his nets and was walking towards the dressing room, Virat sir, one autograph, please, please, please. But Virat, he was in his own zone, so he walked away inside the dressing room. And followed 15-20 minutes later, Rohit Sharma completed his nets and was walking, and he almost had gone inside the dressing room, but then again all the fans were shouting, Rohit sir, Virat sir bhi chale gaye, aap aa jao, please, please, please. A girl was shouting like crazy. So he said okay, and the fans were like 15-20 meters away. So a security guard went there and brought the miniature bats, the caps and all. And after signing a couple of them, he realized that, they won't get the memory. They will just get an autograph. So he said, aane do sabko. And 20, 25, 30 fans who were all there, they jumped on to Rohit Sharma, and he gave everyone time, signed the autographs, gave them selfies. Similar incident happened in Melbourne also. Rohit also recorded, I think, that incident. One girl was shouting, one lady was shouting, Shubman Gill ko bula do, Rohit sir, Shubman Gill ko bula do, bula do. Rohit Sharma looked up, and the Melbourne, the nets area, you were also there, Buryada. He looked at the girl and said, kaha se bula do, kaha hai? Then he asked the security guard, Shubman ka hai? He said ki Shubman chala gaya. So bola wo chala gaya, kaha se bulao Shubman ko? But he took time to sign some autographs and all. But He's a funny. I think we saw a comment also just now that more than the cricketer, more than the stats and records and the trophies that he has lifted, he will be known as Rohit Sharma, the human being. I'll reveal another story later on. But this is something which I will fondly remember about Rohit Sharma going forward.
Yeah, I mean, and every day we do matches, every day we do analysis,
Yeah.
news, etc. Today we just thought we'll come and chat here. My one two stories of Rohit Sharma before we do the second round. And he and I have known each other for donkey's years. Donkey's years. Today morning also, by the way, we had a brief conversation. I mean, I wished him he responded back. That kind of conversation. But he is the one cricketer. Every time we have gone out for a meal, he has paid. And you guys know it is in my habit to try and say no. And one time I insisted कि 2 बार या 3 बार तुमने दिया है, आज नहीं. And he actually held my hand. He said, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? I said, नहीं. He said, देखिए, आपका भाई को भगवान ने बहुत कुछ दिया है, छोड़िए ना. And I was like, what? He said, हाँ, seriously बोल रहा हूँ. कभी मैंने सोचा भी नहीं था कि जहां से मैं आया हूं वहां से यहां पहुंच जाऊंगा. तो इतना करने दीजिए, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, आप खाना खाइए. And it was incredible. I mean, I was just, nobody will just say this because it came very naturally to him. The second one is, I will never forget this. 23rd of April 2018 was my book launch in Bombay. Sachin Tendulkar, Ravi Shastri, Michael Clarke, and Rohit Sharma. These were the 4 panelists in the launch together. And there were some others also. I think Diana Adulji was there. Couple of others also were there. And a lot of other cricketers also were there. But the speakers were these 4. Ravi Shastri, Rohit Sharma, Sachin Tendulkar, and Michael Clarke. So as luck would have it, Mumbai Indians had a game in Raipur. Either the previous night, IPL match, or one of those stadiums. And this guy, so he said, बोले था टिकट नहीं है, फ्लाइट नहीं है कि मैं फ्लाइट से आ जाऊं. सो आई सेड, यार तुम्हारा नाम तो कार्ड में छप चुका है, सब कुछ हो चुका है. यू ओनली हैड सेड दैट आई विल बी देयर, इट विल बी अ बिट ऑफ एन एम्बैरेसमेंट. ही सेड, आपके पास तो मास्टर है, आप मास्टर और रवि भाई से कर लो, बिकॉज मैं दूसरा कुछ कर देता हूं. आई सेड, नहीं देखो, अगर ही सेड ये कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए. कोलकाता में आपने विराट और सौरभ से किया, यहाँ पे आपके पास मास्टर और रवि भाई है, माइकल भी, आप कर लो. So I said, no, I want you there. So he said, ठीक है, आप अगर कह रहे हो इतना important है, मैं कुछ जुगाड़ लगाता हूँ. On the day of the launch was at 4 o'clock at the Taj Lands End Hotel in Bandra. At 3 o'clock, he calls me, or 2:30 he calls me. He said, hotel में बोलिए कुछ खाना मंगाइए. I said, मतलब? He said, I have driven for some 10-12 hours so that I can make it. I've actually come in a car. Because there was no flight, nothing, no connectivity. Because you said आना पड़ेगा, मैं आ चुका हूँ, आप कहीं भी मुझे थोड़ा सा खाना खिला दीजिए, and then I'm coming to the launch. Now, these are gestures which how can you forget? He could have just said flight नहीं मिल रहा है यार, मैं क्या करूँ, आप दूसरा कहीं बोलो, मैं जा रहा हूँ. You take a car, you drive for 12 hours to come to someone's book launch which you have just promised. That is what intent is all about. Intent. And friendship evolved over a period of time. And by the way, we have all done critical stories of Rohit Sharma also. And that is the best part of the relationship. That today, if I have to write Rohit has played badly, I will write Rohit has played badly. That will not impact upon our relationship. That's the good part about Rohit Sharma. Devashish Sen, your next story or any other thing that you want to add?
Yeah, obviously, covering that 2019 World Cup will rank for me as in the topmost bracket. Means obviously that picture of Rohit Sharma that I took after losing that semi-final to New Zealand at Manchester, that him sitting, means obviously he did all the hard work, scoring those 597 runs. Sorry, no, I'm getting wrong. I think he scored 597 runs in 2023 World Cup. 2019 World Cup I'm referring to. Yeah, and him sitting idle in that Old Trafford dressing room outside. Means the Old Trafford dressing, you know that there's a balcony, and he outside the dressing room of the Indian team, and he was sitting there idle. Means obviously, it means he could not believe that India were out of the World Cup. Means he had played tremendously well. His 100 against South Africa in that first game, following up with that 100 against Pakistan, and it was a brilliant to see. I mean, that final 100 against Sri Lanka at heading lane leads. So those are memories that will remain and remain with me forever. Means obviously him after scoring that 100 against Sri Lanka in leads, it was Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. In fact, Rohit Sharma was the man of the match, and they both chatted together, and I was very close to them. And those are memories that will remain with me forever. Means that emotion, and also that emotion which Shubhain also was there in that 2023 World Cup final after losing that final when Australia were rejoicing with that trophy. Rohit was there with Virat Kohli and Jai Shah, and he was the BCCI secretary then. All three chatting together, and every Indian cricketer along with Rohit Sharma had a look in there. Means obviously it was quite emotional, and these are memories obviously. But what I repent now is that I could not travel to Gross Islet in Saint Lucia to because I my flights were already booked for the T20 World Cup. Both me and Ishan, we had to stay back. We had to be in Guyana, and Rohit Sharma played that incredible knock against Australia. And there was a bit of feeling about revenge. Means obviously he with India losing that final against Australia at Ahmedabad, and then to take that revenge and he being the captain taking the lead charge. So those are memories. Obviously, I would rue the fact that I could not be at the Gross Islet to witness that innings from Rohit Sharma.
Bharat, any particular innings you want to talk about? One specific innings before I go to Rohit and Shubhain about their particular memory or innings or whatever they want to talk about, Bharat?
Yeah, that one innings in Dharamshala 2023 World Cup. I know some will laugh that he scored so many hundreds and you're talking about a 40-odd knock, but I think it is one of his best ODI knocks just because of two things. First, we'll go back to the 2019 World Cup, Old Trafford. The Wobble King Matt Henry absolutely ripped through the Indian lineup in that semi-final. Yes, he was bowling more of scrambled seam then, more than wobble, but still we ripped through the Indian lineup. So he was again at it in the 2023 Dharamshala game. It was definitely nipping around under lights. The wobble king he was beating the bat, Rohit Sharma's bat a few times. Then I think he charged down the deck and smashed him. He was going across the stumps and trying to flick. If he had missed it, he would have been LBW. Took so many risks and everything came out. I think that one particular knock is my favorite knock because it not just gave the platform for the Indian team while they were chasing a competitive total, it also negated the threat of Matt Henry. I consider him as the best bowler when it comes to that wobble seam because I don't think anyone deceives the batter as much as he does when it comes to that particular delivery. So the ball nipping around, you expect him to take 5 wickets in those conditions, even if it does nip around a little bit. To negate his threat, after that, what happened in the 2019 World Cup semi-final, I think for me that is one knock that really stands out.
Good point. But Rohit, the point that you earlier made about Rohit, the human being. I mean, just to kind of add to that, think about it. 2022 आप भी थे, मैं भी था ऑस्ट्रेलिया में उस वर्ल्ड कप में. इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ 168 you get knocked out in 14 overs. The whole country is castigating you. You have become captain, you are doing nothing, you've been knocked out again and humiliated. You know, at that point in time, pretty late in your career already, for you to rediscover, completely turn selfless and do what you did in the 2023 World Cup or 2024 World Cup takes some doing. You are putting your credibility on the line, your reputation on the line. Suppose it did not come off, people will rip you apart. People will just rip you apart saying, what is this nonsense going on? Rohit Sharma, and we know, and a home World Cup at that. Rohit Juglan, the rediscovery of Rohit Sharma.
I think Burida, it's a long story. If you talk about him being at taking those risks, first to add to this, one more very important thing as far as Rohit Sharma the individual and Rohit Sharma outside the cricket ground, I think is what we can easily say. What I saw in that 2013 IPL final, when he was just before lifting the trophy, he didn't lift the trophy because it came in between for him. Ricky Ponting saying this to the MI franchisee, and Sachin was also there, and him saying at the presentation ceremony that until and unless Ricky and Sachin will be here, I won't lift the trophy. So he take that trophy. He went to Sachin and Ricky, and then he lifted the trophy with them. So from there, the first picture came into your mind that he is someone who will always thank whoever will be there in part of his journey. Look at his Instagram story a week ago for Abhishek Nair. It was one of the toughest phase for Abhishek Nair, the toughest phase, because we still don't know that why he is out from the Indian team or the Indian team setup. But Rohit Sharma knows that there is a guy who was right behind me since the 2011 World Cup. He mentioned this. Abhishek mentioned this in one of the podcasts that I constantly saying him post that 2011 World Cup that you have to work on certain things. And from there, if you see his kind of batting 2013, after that 2013, I remember this in 2019. Look at that, Shikhar Dhawan went out of the World Cup because of the thumb fracture, and he took the charge against Pakistan, because he knew at that point of time this is first World Cup for KL Rahul. But here comes Rohit Sharma taking the attack on with the Pakistani seamers under an overcast, Manchester sky. It was raining in the morning, and the way he started bashing Pakistani bowlers from the very start, there was an inside edge. I clearly remember there was a first boundary of an inside edge, but he was not stopping from going there, that I have to go for my shots if India have to take starts from here. So beat that moment or the 2020 moment, 2022 moment, Burida, what you said, him saying this to the dressing room that we have to change the mentality. Dinesh Karthik tells this story to one of the broadcasters that it was Rohit Sharma who said this after that semi-final defeat in the dressing room, that we want to change the way we are playing the game. And he's not saying it to someone that अरे KL Rahul तेरे को तेज खेलना पड़ेगा, विराट तेरे को तेज खेलना पड़ेगा, मैं तेज खेलूंगा. At somewhere around when he was 34, 35, जब क्रिकेटर्स रिटायरमेंट की सोचते हैं, उस खिलाड़ी ने एक नया तरीका निकाला बल्लेबाजी करने का. यस, उसके इंस्टेंट रिजल्ट्स आपको नहीं मिले, बट 2020, look at 2023, he dominated 597 as there was 648 his 2019 World Cup and 597 was his 2023 World Cup. So and I remember this that Nasir Hussain said that उनके लिए most important जो impactful बल्लेबाज था, that was Rohit Sharma in the World Cup. So वहां पर 2024 World Cup अगर आप देखोगे, so there were multiple stories when you see Rohit Sharma leading it, Rohit Sharma saying and वो करना भी, जो आप कह रहे हो उसको करना भी. It's really difficult. Sometimes हम देखते हैं कि लोग बोलते हैं करते कुछ नहीं है, बट ये बंदा इस मामले में थोड़ा अलग है, काफी अलग है, मतलब थोड़ा अलग नहीं, काफी अलग है.
Beautiful. Shubhan, your second story which you wanted to say?
I think firstly, his century at Oval 2021 was tremendous. I think that was the making of Rohit Sharma, the opener, the entire series. I think he had a 80 odd in Lords, half century in Leeds, but that century, that century in Oval, I think it was class apart. Staying there for more than 5 hours at the crease and playing that patient game, leaving the deliveries, playing his shots when the ball was in his area. I think that was a classical test match innings as an opener for Rohit Sharma, and it was tough conditions as well. So that is one of the knocks that I firmly remember. Everyone has talked about the 23 World Cup, 24 T20 World Cup, that retirement. I think everything is covered. The batter Rohit Sharma is different, but I'll tell you a story of Adelaide. Uh, yes, the series was not going well for Rohit Sharma. I think I have said it numerous times in our Hindi shows as well that the series was not going good for Rohit Sharma. Rohit knew that he was not connecting the ball well. At the nets, it was a poor net for Rohit Sharma, and he knew. And if you look at the Adelaide nets, the reporters who stand there, if you talk a bit loudly, the batter can listen to it, and that is why Virat stopped the reporters from standing behind the nets and asked everyone to move, come to the side because the batters get disturbed. So Rohit knew it was a very poor day, and Rohit, after changing his pads, he was coming towards us where we were standing at the side of the nets. He came towards us, and that time Virat was batting. So Rohit said, I was there, 3-4 other reporters were there. So he came, he kept his arms and two of our shoulders and stood there. मैं भी देखता हूँ क्या देखते हो तुम लोग यहाँ से नेट से. So at that time Virat was batting, as I said. क्या बकवास बैटिंग कर रहा है बोला. He said this, क्या बकवास बैटिंग कर रहा है. Then he realized that the reporters might take it otherwise. बोला ये नहीं, इससे पहले वाला बैट्समैन, मतलब he was implying it to him. बोला इससे पहले वाला बैट्समैन, ये नहीं, इससे पहले वाला बैट्समैन. Then we all laughed. He said बढ़िया बढ़िया व्यू मिलता है बोल के he walked off. So he knew the series was not going good for him. He had a very poor net session. He was bit frustrated from inside, but he had taken a moment to calm things down. He knew that the reporters are talking once again, that it was a very poor net session for Rohit Sharma, but he took a moment to keep it light. I think that's what Rohit Sharma is all about. He knows how to make things funny. I remember which series was it, when he told the umpire that अरे white दे दिया, वैसे ही 2 ducks आ चुके हैं मेरे पास और तूने ये भी white दे दिया. तो
Afghanistan.
yes, Afghanistan wala. So he said he had scored a couple of ducks in that match before. First ball, he I think it was from his bat, but the umpire decided to give it a wide. They took a single, and Rohit told the umpires, "अरे इसको भी wide दे दिया, ऐसे ही 0 runs नहीं बन रहे ऊपर से, you gave it a wide." So he knows in serious situations also how to make things light. And I remember in Perth also, him, T. Dilip and all, they were walking, they were crossing roads. I was alone. So I was coming like this and they were crossing me. So they smiled at me. I said, "Kahan घूम रहे हो सुबह सुबह?" It was pretty early, 10, 11 in the morning. He said, I said, "कहाँ घूम रहे?" कहाँ घूमेंगे, पर्थ में घूम रहे हैं बोल के. T. Dilip, everyone was laughing, and then he walked off. So he knows how to make things light, and that's the best part about Rohit Sharma.
Before that, he was in his
Beautiful.
call, he was on his call and he crossed me and Devashish Da.
But I congratulated him for his second baby. So yeah, he took a moment to thank me. And then,
Two of my stories. One, 2018-19 in Australia, when India had won the series. This guy had gone back. He had gone back for a while, and he came back. And it was the Intercontinental Hotel in Sydney, and the team was staying there. And he had come back for the white ball leg. And I was in the hotel lobby. I was actually coming out of the hotel and walking towards the harbor. All you need to do is just walk down, and you will reach the opera, right? So I was just going there, and he saw me, and he said, "Kaise hai?" And we started talking, and within 2-3 minutes, his first comment was, "How can you leave Aisha and travel?" I said, "What do you mean?" And he took out the photographs and he said, "Look at this," because he had just had his first child. And there was a photograph of this tiny little doll holding his hand like this. And he said, when she held my hand like this, I just did not want to travel. How can I travel leaving this person behind? And in one instant, we had forgotten that he's a cricketer, I'm a media person. We were both fathers talking about our daughters. And by the way, he and I maximum times exchanged on WhatsApp. We've exchanged photographs of our daughters and kept saying, "Yeah, they're growing up very fast. Both be conscious. They're growing up very fast. We have to spend time with them. Let's not waste time on other things." So the two people, again, as fathers, we keep connecting. The second story, and this is my favorite story of Rohit. This was that COVID series, 2021. He had won the 5th IPL title with Mumbai Indians with some 60 or 68 or something not out in Dubai. Or 68 is what he scored, and was a match-winning effort when everybody was doubting him. Now, the fact is, 5th title, record 5th title, people are all going gaga over Rohit Sharma. There was no reason for him to travel to Australia. Absolutely, he was injured. There was no reason. He came back to India because his father had COVID. And because he came back to India, there was no way he could travel with the team. And the team had the bubble. They went from UAE straight to Australia, so they were in the bubble. Now, this guy had to take a commercial airline. And at that point in time in Australia, it was a 14-day hard quarantine. Absolute hard quarantine. I remember at that point, every day, every single day, Rohit Sharma and I would call each other and would count 13, 12, 11, 10. And every day he would say, "Boreda, I'll never do this again. I can't do this again." And by the way, his daughter's birthday was also in that period. He said, no one needs to do this. I can't step out of the room. I'm going mad. I said, and why did you do it? Why on earth did you do it? And then I remember when that one day before his quarantine ended and he was about to join the team, I think in Melbourne. And I said, are you not scared? He said, scared of what? I said, scared of failure. Because you will play 2 days and you will you will train for 2 days and you will jump into a test match. And do you even realize how important this test match is for India? And then the 4th test match. He said, option kya hai mere paas? I said, तुम ना खेलते, तुम straight away इंग्लैंड के साथ खेलते, तुम आए क्यों? He said, अगर ऑप्शन है फेल करना या इंडिया के लिए खेलना, मैं फेल कर लूंगा, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोशिश तो करूंगा, मुझे फेल करना कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट कोशिश 100% करेंगे ये. एंड देन ही सेड कि देखिए, माय फादर ऑलवेज वांटेड मी टू प्ले टेस्ट क्रिकेट फॉर इंडिया. अगर कुछ भी हो जाए, मुझे एक भी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रहा है टेस्ट क्रिकेट खेलने के लिए, मैं खेलूंगा. वो फेलियर आप छोड़िए, गाली होगा ना, लोग गाली देंगे, बोलेंगे, कुछ भी बोलेंगे, वो सब ठीक है, बट आई विल गिव इट माय ऑल. And that is what Bharat made this point at the start of the show, that it is not talent. It is the hard work of Rohit Sharma that has sustained him over a period of 16, 17 years. It cannot just be talent that sustains a man for so long. Anyway, last 7, 8 minutes on the show, and now to the critical bit. Can he do it in England? Is he there in England? Can he do it one final time in England? Is there another rediscovery? Or is it even possible? Are we kind of doing this romantically? Or is there reason behind us to say, if he is captain, he still has cricket left? Devashish Sen.
Yeah, if he is, means obviously he needs to have that self-belief. Means obviously he has done it in the past. Yes, when you compare his white ball cricket with Test cricket, it is not that great. Means obviously when you talk about the greats in the longer format, but obviously if he is traveling to England, he needs to have that self-belief that he can do it. And he has done it in the past, as Shubhan said, in that series against England, where he opened the batting for England and did exceedingly well. So if you have to have that belief if you are traveling to England. Yes, you might have that failure, which was the case in Australia. But for me, Rohit Sharma has done it in the past, so he needs to be confident. And obviously, we have already seen in the IPL, he has already looked good in a few matches. So I think that mojo is back, and if he has that confidence, we know what Rohit Sharma can do across the format. Means all he needs to do is to have that sweet sound between the bat and the ball. If he gets going, that first test match, the first innings will be very crucial in setting the tone of the series.
Bharat Ramraj, analytically, using your analyst's hat, is there cricket left? Can he rediscover?
Yeah, not sure. He seems a little late on the ball. That's never a great sign for a player who is above 35. I think he knows he has a problem with his front foot defense. In the Champions Trophy in Dubai, I was clearly noticing that he was not trying to play any stroke in the nets. All he was doing was work on his front foot defense, load, press, and release. The same thing he was doing every single ball. That tells you he knows with age he's having a problem with his defensive technique. Hopefully, we'll get going. See, England also have a different kind of pace attack this time. They may not be a better pace attack, but it's definitely they have some young bowlers, fast bowlers, Josh Tong, Bryden Cars, and all these guys. Archer might play one test, you never know. So they have a different kind of pace attack with more pace in their ranks. They may not have a bowler of the quality of Jimmy Anderson, but they have definitely more pace in their ranks. And that can kind of go against a batter who's a little late on the ball. So the signs are not great, but from Rohit Sharma's perspective, hopefully he will come good and prove his critics wrong.
Rohit Juglan?
It's going to be difficult, Bodhara. It's going to be one of the most difficult tours for him. I think if Australia was bad, then it could be the worst one as far as his current technique, what we saw in different Melbourne nets, and we were very clear in reporting that also, that he is not looking 100% fit. I still remember this. Even Shubhanda and me reported that there was only one Melbourne session where he came an hour early in that net session, and he was really looking good at that particular net session. So if you take those 4 test matches, because he was not there in the Perth test, only one net session from those 4 test matches we can say that yes, Rohit Sharma was looking comfortable, facing those Indian bowlers. But we all know that the Dukes give you a different challenge. Overcast conditions. England, yes, it's not the same England we used to see in our childhood days in the early 2000s, or maybe in the first phase of 2010s or 11s. It's not the same England. The grass is not there. That much grass is not there in the wicket. And as Bharat rightly said, that the class of the quality of the English bowlers, a combination of a Stuart Broad or for that matter a Jimmy Anderson, or the kind of, but they last time also they showed that someone like a Ole Robinson coming at the press conference and saying that I know how to get Virat Kohli out. This was a big statement from someone who's just coming from a controversy, because he had some controversies with his earlier tweets, and after that he came in and saying these all words that I know how to get him out. So yes, there were quality, there's class, but I think if we have to दिल की सुननी है तो चाहेंगे कि रोहित शर्मा अच्छा करे. कौन नहीं चाहेगा? इंडिया अच्छा करे, रोहित अच्छा करे, सब अच्छा करे. बट दिमाग बिल्कुल उल्टा चल रहा है. दिमाग ये कह रहा है कि बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा, बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल. अगर वो ये कर देते हैं तो फिर क्या रह जाता है कहने को? फिर और कुछ नहीं है कहने को. फिर 2027 का वर्ल्ड कप जीतो और खत्म करो.
Beautiful.
Hey, it will be tough, but I think if Rohit has to rejuvenate his Test career, then this is the tour where he can click. An inexperienced bowling attack. It is not the same without James Anderson and Stuart Broad now retired. So it is not the same. And inexperienced, you don't know how many matches Jofra Archer will sustain. Mark Wood is already out. Ollie Stone is already out. So there are injury issues in England's bowling attack as well. So I would say watch the 2021 series on loop, how he batted in Leeds, how he batted at Lords, how he batted at Oval. Watch that on loop, activate the muscle memory, stay there at the crease. Play your attacking shots, because in England we know that there will be a ball in which your name will be written. So play your shots, but at the same time, try and spend as much time as you can at the crease. If Rohit Sharma needs to rejuvenate his career, then this is the series where he can do it. And as Rohit also said, uh, it will be tough, but this is not the same English pace battery as it was a few years back with Anderson and Stuart Broad there. So I have a feeling that Rohit will click. I have a feeling Rohit will click. But let's see. It will be very, very tough for him. It is a challenge. I think he has relished all the challenges that he has gotten in his career so far. But it will be a do or die situation. Like I said, in Punjab, by predicting where Punjab Kings will finish, Arya Par, I think this will be Arya Par series for Rohit Sharma.
I'll just add a point to it. They may not have the quality of Jimmy Anderson, but they have more pace in their attack, because
Yes.
especially Bryden Cars and Joe Stone, whatever I saw of him.
But the newer Dukes, it does not swing as much as it used to
Yes.
a decade back.
What I'm trying to say is, if you're little late on the ball as you get older, it even happened with Sachin Tendulkar at the back end of his career, that he seemed to be struggling because he's a little late on the ball. So if that is what it is, I'm not saying he will be late on the ball in England as well, but if that is what it is, then generally we struggle more against bowlers with pace. So England have some bowlers who can easily bowl 145. That's, I think, his biggest problem.
Devashish made the point about Leeds. Leeds, there will be assistance for the faster bowlers. It's early June. Huh? I mean, rather it's June, not
Overcast.
July.
It's also overcast
So
that time.
it's Leeds, boss. I mean, it's Leeds, and 20th of June in Leeds, it'll be chilly. It'll be overcast. There will be some rain around. There will be a nip. It's not July England. It's not August England. It's June England. June England is a very different proposition compared to though in my 25 years of traveling to England every summer, I have seen weather change. I have seen June become much hotter. In my own last 25 years, since 1999 to now, almost every year things have changed. Now you need fans, you need air condition, you need all of that. When I was a student in England, absolutely not. I would still need an overcoat in May, early June. Now you don't. If you have a decent enough pullover or a sweater or whatever, you're fine. Maybe one wind cheater, one rain jacket, you're good. So
Most-
England weather has also changed. Having said that, I think it will be the toughest challenge that Rohit Sharma has faced. The toughest challenge. Can he leave balls? Can he do what he did in 21? And the problem here is Rohit Sharma fails, captain fails, England will jump on India because once your captain doesn't perform, the team kind of collapses as well. So overall, this will be one of the most difficult and one of the most fascinating test series that India can be part of. All that for another day. Love the show. Rohit Sharma, wishing him a 38th birthday, a happy, healthy 38th birthday. Wish the family all the very best on behalf of everybody at Rev Sports. Rohit Juglan, Debashish Sen, Shubhan Chakraborty, Bharat Ramraj. All our coverage continues, but love to do shows like this. Rohit and Shubhan, I think the special podcast that we have done on Rohit Sharma, you might just want to replug it today because it's one of those days. We were all talking about stories, right? In that Bhattacharya with Boria series that we had done on Rohit Sharma. So I think today is a good day to push that. But to everybody watching, thank you very much. And Devashish Sen, by the way, Mohun Bagan is 1-2 down at the moment. So
I was following the game. I was following the game in between.
I know you were following the penalty. The only person who will be relatively relieved is Rahul Giri, who will be able to come home. Everybody else would be disappointed. But Rahul, he's already homesick. Having said that, still 35-40 minutes to go. Can Mohun Bagan equalize? We've got to see. Thank you very much for watching.